glossy because my skin is oily. Anywho, but I wanted to show you guys my china cabinet. It is story time. It is story time. So let me start from the beginning. A couple of weeks ago, I'll say about the 15th of December, I went to Savers. As some of you know, Savers is a spot where I go a lot to shop. It's a thrift store, pretty nice thrift store. And I get there, I walk in, and lo and behold, what do I see? But this beauty here, this beauty right here. Yeah, this is what I saw when I came in. And it had a tag on it right here. So it had a tag on there for $900, okay? $900, yeah, $900. And of course, I was like, yeah, honey's not gonna want me to spend that because, you know, it's around Christmas time. We were doing Christmas at our home with family and like, yada, yada. Gifts, presents, time, money, dinners, cost a lot. So I was like, oh, shoot, I can't get that, you know? So I just kept walking by and admiring it, but something in me said, it's supposed to be yours. It's supposed to be your cabinet, you know? And I just kept looking at it, and I finally just left and said, fine. You know, I'm not going to get the cabinet, whatever. So I left. And I was just hoping that maybe no one else would get it and that the price would come down, right? And guess what, y'all? A couple weeks later, I went in there and it was still there. And the price had went down to $150. What? That's what I'm talking about. And so, of course, with this newfound price tag, I said, okay, I'm getting this cabinet. So I tried to call the honey to see if he could help me get it home. I completely forgot that they actually had a, what do you call that? U-Haul place down the street. So I love that mirror right there. So anyhow, I took honey back there the next day with me so that we can figure out how to get it home. And when I walked in, there was a sold sign on it. Yes, within that 24 hours, somebody had ran up in there and bought my cabinet. Let me tell you, I was upset. I was devastated, you guys. I was so devastated. I was so hurt. Oh, my soul was hurt. I was hurt. But you know what? Obviously, things worked out. Things worked out. So needless to say, I was extremely upset, mad. I'm pretty sure I put out a couple curse words, to be honest. God's working on me. And we went home, celebrated Christmas, New Year's, blah, blah, blah. The whole time I was just extremely upset because I couldn't keep my mind off this cabinet. Every time I walked down these stairs to this dining room, all I could think about is, oh my God, that cabinet was supposed to be there. Good job. All right, high five. Now, go sit down and finish playing your thing. And so I was just so upset about it, you guys. And I was going to go back to see if the person actually had picked it up or not. But, you know, I didn't want to get my hopes up because I felt like if I get there and it's gone, I'd be even more devastated. So I just chopped it up as I ain't getting it. Maybe it really wasn't for me. You know how that goes, right? And so it would have it that I decided, I'm trying to show you guys all the detail and the hardware and all. So it would have it a couple days on the 3rd of January. I decided, look at the bevel glass, isn't that pretty? I know some people are not into this, but me myself, I love stuff like this. So it would have it that I would go down to the thrift store beginning of the new year to look for a couple of things. And when I walked into the thrift store, you guys, guess what was looking me right in my face? My precious. Immediately, my heart dropped to my feet because I knew that it was still there. Either the person who purchased it didn't want it and returned it, and or didn't pick it up and someone else had a sold sticker on it, and or the person never came to pick it up. And guess what? I had to make sure that I found out that information. And so what I did is I found a manager and I told her, I said, hey, listen. First of all, I walked over to the cabinet and I looked at the price that was on there, the sold sticker, to make sure that it was indeed still from the 20th of December, which it was. Surprising to me, it still was. So Y'all who know what I'm talking about. When I said I thought this cabinet was really for me, I really felt that. And I think God backed me up on it because he held this cabinet for me. Whatever happened or didn't happen, it's not my business. All I know is that the cabinet is sitting here in my house. Anywho, I found that it was still the same person, and they have a policy, a 24-hour hold policy. This was on the 20th of December, okay? The 20th of December. It was still sitting there. So, of course, they had to let me purchase it. I got it, got a U-Haul. We're going to get into the U-Hauls. So getting this thing home, that's a whole nother story in itself. We had to get a U-Haul truck. I still got to put the cabinets in there. You see it back there? So we had to get a U-Haul truck. Sorry, I'm trying to show my business. And after we got the U-Haul truck, my husband and I went around there. It was right around the corner to go and purchase it and pick it up. Now, there were some young men there. I say young men because, the longer you've been here, the more, wisdom kicks in and you learn as you go. And I was so worried that they were going to tear up my cabinet trying to load it because you see the legs? You see the legs? Okay. So you can't just lean this cabinet back on those legs because this is solid wood and you can break something. And so there was a certain way we had to get this into the cabinet into the truck. And we needed all hands on deck. Took 7 people to move this. 7, yeah, I know. So the problem was we had to lean it back because as you can see, it's just a lot of mirror in there. The mirror goes all throughout the back, the 3 panels here, all mirror. So when you lean it back, you want to be careful to not slam it or drop it or anything like that because you could break the mirror. Then 2, you couldn't lay it on its side because there was mirror on the side and mirror on the front. And then 3, you didn't want to lean it back without lifting it all the way up because of the legs. Okay, so when they did finally corral together and figure out how they were going to lift this, you guys, I had to turn my back. I couldn't watch. I had to turn my back and pray in spirit because I was terrified that they were going to break my cabinet, okay? But we were able to get it up on the thing. It did come apart. It's hard to see the seam of where it comes apart at, but it does. And we had to take it apart. Once we got it outside and laid it on its back, we took it apart and put it in the truck. Now getting it in the house. And so we went through all of that to get it in the house. Now, not the house, to get it in the truck. So once we got it in the truck, the next issue was how are we, speaking of me and my husband, going to get it into the house? Okay, how are we going to get this into the house? Because it was just he and I, and then our adult daughter was at home, but she's about 130 pounds. So we were trying to figure out how are we going to get this into the house. And, we had to figure that out. It took us 30 minutes, and thank goodness her little boyfriend showed up. And he and I and her and the husband, we all somehow, by the grace of God, got it in here and in place without breaking anything. It took us about 30 minutes, but we did it. And now here she sits, so wonderful, my precious. And I just love her, and I'm so grateful. Grateful. So the moral of this story is, let me tell you my final price for it, because we're friends, I can share this with you. I paid $130 for it. Now that's not the price you're gonna have to pay if you break it. That was my price. That was my blessing, okay? You come here and crack my china table, you have to pay full price. Like I said, they do range between usually 2,000 to 5,000, depending upon where you buy it and all of that good stuff. I looked this one up and it goes between 3 and 4. And it's just beautiful. I'll never get rid of it. I'll never sell it. I'll never need to get another one. Well, I do have 2 in the living room, but they're smaller china cabinets. They're turquoise. One I need to get some work done on because I got to fix the glasses because kids broke them. But there's one there, as you can see. And then we have the one right there as well. My turquoise mirror and all my Christmas stuff I need to put away. Okay, so that's that. So I'm just really grateful that I got it. Like I said, it was something that I really wanted for a long time. I had a china cabinet here, but it was not up to this caliber here. And so I'm very happy to have it. This picture just makes it look so small, but it's actually a pretty large cabinet. And at first I was gonna do it silver like I did this table set. For those of you who don't know, I refurbished this table set. I did the cushions and everything. It's time to do the top again, but it was a really ugly brown color, orangey brown. It was not cute, but you know, that was my first thought. Like, okay, I'm gonna hook this china cabinet up. I'm gonna do a pop and bomb silver, right? Bomb, back for those in the 80s. Okay, telling my age. But I'm not sure. I might leave it as is because I'm going to be painting. So I'm going to be painting this room. I'm going to be painting everything. Anyone who knows me know this tan and this and that. I don't know who decided to make that that decor decision, but it's not what I choose to do. I don't do tan walls. I like color. I like color. See that? I like color. You probably can't see it very well because this light's weird. But yeah, I like color. So it's gonna be painted in here. All of it, it's all getting painted. So we'll see what it looks like once it's all painted, and then we'll go from there. We'll see if we're gonna make some changes. It's same as with that piece here. I love it. It's a little old school, but it's kind of dark. I wanted to paint it. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but we'll see. We'll see. But yes, don't give up on what you want.